Now, I don't know if you've noticed with this tin foil, or aluminum wrap, or whatever you want to call it, but one side is shiny, and the other side is a little bit dull. Now, I don't know if it's my imagination, but it seems that I can peel this off of whatever I happen to wrap up in it a lot better if I have the shiny side to the pen blank, or in this case, the ice cream scoop handle. Now, another thing I'm going to want to do here is I want to make sure that I wait until my clock stops dinging. Oh boy. You know, now is probably a good time to mention it's about 15 hours ago that I put that piece of wood in the cactus juice. Okay, you've heard me say I don't do retakes. Anyway, I'm going to take this out as quickly as I can from here, because I don't want it to have the cactus juice drain out of the cracks. Then I'm going to wrap it up as quickly as I can. Now you'll notice that I didn't wear the rubber gloves. Well, I don't think you have to. But don't sue me if you get a rash. Now the idea of the tin foil, from what I can see, is that it helps to keep the cactus juice from draining out of the cracks. As far as I know, that's the only reason you'd put it on. Okay, now for the toaster oven. I plugged this toaster oven in a little over an hour ago because I wanted the temperature to sort of settle down, and it's at about 200 degrees right now. I normally give my pen blanks at least an hour, and I want to give this a little longer because there's a lot more mass there than there is in a pen blank. Now I would like to say here that I did wash my hands off with soapy water immediately after I wrapped that up with tin foil. Did you ever notice that men can't talk and do something at the same time? At least this man can't. Now, one of the really nice things about this cactus juice, and I've said this before, but after you're through, you can pour back what you don't use. Which is most of it. Almost an hour and a half has passed now, and it did get a little hotter than I had intended, but it's still under the boiling point. If it did get above the boiling point, and there was moisture inside that piece of wood, the moisture would boil, the steam would force the cactus juice out of the wood, and then of course the whole idea is spoiled. Maybe I should be waiting, but I'm anxious to see how it came out. Oh, there's no liquid anyway. Remember when I said use the shiny side? Okay, now right here, these cracks right here, and this one right here, they were my concern. And I'm hoping that when I turn this down a little bit more, I'm going to get to the place where the cactus juice was, or is, and it's going to be nice and smooth. Otherwise I'm going to have to build it up with epoxy glue or something. Well, one thing's for sure, it's not going to fly apart. Well, here we are. We're back where we started, sort of. I don't know if you can see it, but the threads inside there, they do not seem to be too plugged up with the cactus juice. So I'm going to see if I can thread it back on. And I want to be careful not to cross thread it. Oh, it seems to be going okay. Yeah, that's going to be all right. Well, it's getting pretty tight there. After I got the camera out of the way, I was able to move it up 2 or 3 more threads, but that's about it. Now I know I could re-tap that so I could go all the way up, but I want it to be a nice tight fit, so I'm going to leave well enough alone here. Well, I guess you can see cutting off that little tenon was a mistake. I sort of need it now to center up this end of the handle, but as it turns out, it's pretty close anyway. Now I've gone over this with 150 grit sandpaper, and I can't really feel the cracks, but I sure can see them. Now mind you, it's a lot better than it was. Now I don't know if I'm going to bother with the epoxy glue process or not. I think I'm just going to try and see what this will look like after I've polished it. And hopefully some of the wax will sort of fill the cracks. And anyway, it's like my brother told me, this flaw gives it character.